Gratitude attracts abundance. This video is just a description, a retrace, and a little background information to, I guess, the type of content and videos I'm putting out there. As in, like, I use our theme per se, because I know everyone has their own theme, even if they do the same thing. But for me, I'm starting to make videos because something apocalyptic is bound to happen, and I feel like it's soon, and it's an inevitable, and it's not something against humanity, something natural. But what's natural is not the same to everyone else, because as we believe, or some people believe, that we are all human. Like, human could be a subcategory to a different subspecies of humanity. Because see, like, deeper into my own mentalism, I guess you could say. You know, genetic plays a role in what determines you a human. And see, quite frankly, I don't even believe there's many humans nowadays. Cause for you to actually be human is like is like being pure sentient. And let's face it, none of us is fucking sentient. Some of us have empathy. Yeah, you can empathize with certain type of like commonalities and shit, but when you understand deeper who you are, it's like, oh, these this earthly human bullcrap is like below me, in the sense of like, there's other things more important and more things to stress about than having to worry about your bills, your rent, your money, your how you dress, how you look, and all that bullcrap, your physicality. Cause you can have a dumb mental world, but still look good physically. And I've seen that happen in with people. Like, people can look good, but they don't know what they're speaking. They don't know how they're pronouncing things, and even if they don't have, like, some people don't have an excuse. Like, for me, I'm bilingual, so sometimes it's a struggle for me to interpret English interpretation compared to Spanish. So there are gonna be time where I'm gonna see Spanish, and if you don't know what I'm saying, well, I will interpret it like a couple minutes later when I grasp it. That's how it is. Cause even though I was raised by the English doctrination, I resonate more with the Latin language, because I understand where English even comes from. You just gotta break down English. English is like, speaking English is like calling yourself a Christian. And knowing damn well it's no different than being a Catholic. You just have different principles. But point blank, this video is more so giving the perspective of what I'm seeing the world at, like post-apocalyptic. Not only that, but you do have people that is against you, or beings per se, governments. We can even say armies against you. You can see as how much there is in the stars, in the sky, how many stars there is in the sky. There's billions of worlds within those stars combined. So it's like, for you to assume that you just woke up one day out of your mother's womb and think that oh, this is your first time coming here. No, no, bro. In fact, for me, the recycle, the cycle of rebirth is no different than a tap pool. The only difference is, depending on what type of being you is and what lifespan you have, your encounterment of reality will be different, per se. For example, as you are a human, a real fucking human, you are a sentient being. That means you have the ability to feel, like empathize with your heart. And as animals, you already know how the animals are talking. You don't even need to hear them speak English. You already know how they talk because of feelings. I don't even want to say feelings because obviously you need to have logic and some common sense to understand. Yeah, if I hurt an animal, yeah, this animal is gonna feel the person some type of way. But it goes deeper than that when you're a human because you understand empathy. But yeah, when you're not, the reason why I say most of these people on this planet is not even human is because, first of all, let's get this out of the way. Let me get this out of the way. If you eat meat, you eat meat like a animal products and all that, bro. You are 9 times out of 10 in survival situation, you will be a fucking cannibal. Because see, what I have noticed and what I have lived through, I used to eat meat and I used to eat a lot of meat. I'm talking about fish, 5 pieces of drumsticks, 4 steaks a day. Oh shoot, you got all that drawn up, and then there's sometime somewhere when I reach a certain age, or when I reached a certain age, it's like, wait a minute, I'm this type of way because of this. So can I, if I change my diet, because I just came up with the thought, like, people talk about online, oh, you become what you eat, right? So what if every food has a mentality? Now I started eating a lot of vegetables in the beginning. Right now I'm kind of holding back with vegetables because it's really hard to actually get authentic, real, organic vegetables. Because you gotta understand the fertilizer. You gotta understand the process of everything. Because you can't just willy-nilly buy cans of food and think it's good for you. Obviously, it has nutrients, and they have to follow code and all that bullshit and tell you the truth. But in the end run, there is poison in it, and there will be poison in it. So you gotta understand where everything is coming from and who's poisoning you. Because there's many factions, there are different group of people that can attack you. They are malevolent, they are bad, evil, they're diabolical. Yes, because they exist. Just as what you call holiness, your fucking benevolence and all that greatness and heroic and bull crap. Yes, it exists the opposite. And however intensity one is, there will be an opposition to it because it's gotta be balanced. But when you understand neutrality, you already hold the keys to being stable. Because it can be totally benevolent, but you can be blinded in your shit. Just as you can be blinded in your malevolent. Like if they're like you could be truly intelligent, so amazing with your bad habits, with your bad challenge, with your bad goals, trying to chase it because you understand the science and everything and all the equation and all that bull crap, English. But if you don't hold the mental requirements for it, then that junk won't fold. It's plain and simple. Cause see, it's the same thing with trying to be a millionaire. Everyone bro, I hate it when people ask me, oh, what would you do if someone give you $1 million? Like, would you be so happy? Like, wouldn't that be amazing? Like, what would you do? And I remember in school they used to do that, taunt you with that bull crap. And now, bro, I wish I used to say this back then. But nowadays, this is what I say. You give me that million, and I'll make campfire with it. It's that simple. Because if it's not valuable to me, and if it's not something that I earned, then it's like, what's the point to it? So it's like obviously nowadays everyone is in survival mode using the money, but that's not real survival. When you understand what's truly survival mode, you understand that, oh, it's actually easier than what these people be thinking of. Because, bro, you can really live in nature if you're organic, if you're natural. Not if you're human, but if you're natural, organic, and if you're a nature being. Obviously, humans, there's human. I would consider human as a category. So, subcategorizing humanity is like saying, oh, because Nate. It depends. It depends how you view human. It just depends how you view human. I ain't going to question it. I ain't going to go further into how I see it, because I don't want people to probe into what I view other beings in, because I don't judge. In fact, if you do something wrong, I see you for what you is. That's the thing. Like, sometimes people think that judging is bad, but let me tell you something. The stupidest thing you could do is being ignorant. And what do you use to not be ignorant? You judge things. Because if you observe, and if you observe something, you gotta judge it. You gotta understand their ways. You gotta understand, nah, this is not how I move, so I don't want to be with that type of being. You feel me? So you gotta judge. So the people, when someone say, "Oh, don't judge a book by a cover," bitch, how you gonna know the theme of it, nigga? Hey, that's the same as simple as that. So when you understand like that type of knowledge, it's like, oh, okay, everything is different. Now it means like, cause like I love when a stranger come up to me and talk to me just have a plain conversation. Even though I'm not no conversating person, I'm not a person to conversate, because I won't held no petty talk, no small talk. I can't do that. Like, oh, how's your day? Yeah, don't do that. I'll just say good. Yeah, how's your day? Yeah, good. But if you tell me like, oh, have you ever think? I mean, it's because I don't have well, they label this psychological term as ADHD, but in reality I enjoy living in different mindscapes. I enjoy traveling through my different mental escapism and all of that. So this is pretty much a start to where my videos is going to end up to be, because if I will also make gaming videos. So if you got in this for, that's a crazy part. That means you feel my energies, and I'm trying to express more into authenticity, because everyone, I be online and I be seeing people play games, and it's like they have their personality, but it's like dull. It's still dull. It's like they can't say a certain thing because they're limited to what they're saying. I'm not limiting myself for no one. I don't give a crap if I get strikes. I mean, if I get strikes, then I'm gonna in the beginning I'm gonna limit myself within that, because I understand where I'm trying to reach at. I'm not trying to get struck down so fast, because if that happens, that already gives me some clues to who I am, and I know damn well some beings don't want me to know that. And I know I'm probably well known in the cosmos, so, but I'm joking. But even then, in short, I'm just gonna make this video. I gotta keep it short, so this is how it is. Yeah, yes sir.